name's Ben Cook and welcome to Angling For You. Hi, my name's Ben Cook and welcome to Angling For You. Today, John is at Cudmore Fisheries and we're doing a bit of method fishing. What I'll do is I'll get this fish up and you can have a little look at him, then we'll go through the setup that we're fishing today. So lovely condition fish as you can see at Cudmore Fisheries. Let's get him back. We'll have a little look at the setup that we're fishing today. Right guys, so we've got that fish back. Let's have a little look through the rig. Really simple setup today. I've got an 11-foot Daiwa yank and bank rod. So really good rods. I use them for all my fishing, and it bends right down to the butts. Great soft action when you're playing carp on commercials, and that's coupled with a TDM, a Daiwa TDM reel with 6 pound Daiwa hypersensor on there, and that's all the way through to the business end. So as you can see from here, we've got a Dura Banjo feeder on, and it's a 25 gram one. It's only probably a 25 metre chuck, so we don't really need anything heavier than that. Got a little stopper bead just above it. The line runs through to a quick change bead just below, and then I've got a 4-inch hook link, and that's 017 power line, and onto a PR36 16s and a little tiny bait band. And all we're doing really with that is fishing it really simple, in line. The bead, if any snagging or anything like that, the bead will just move straight out of the way. So let's have a look at the bait and see what we're fishing with there. Let's move that out of the way. Guys, so the bait's really simple today. What I've got is Monster Baits Green Mamba, and I've mixed that up, and it's of a lovely consistency, so you can sort of squeeze it together nice and easy, and then you just rub it together and it goes back into a lovely crumb. So what I tend to do with that is sort of slightly overwet it and put it through a riddle, and then just leave it for about 15-20 minutes, and it goes up to that kind of consistency. And if you have a look and you can see the little flecks in there, that's actually some krill, 2mm krill pellets, and they've just been soaked, dried off and added to it just as an added bit of attraction, and that really works really well for me. And when we squeeze the banjo on in a second, I'll show you. Really simple. You could do it with the banjo mould, but I tend to do it by hand. It's just quicker for me. You're not messing about with the mould. If you want to get the moulds, go for the moulds. They're just as good. And then my little secret bait that I'm putting on it at the moment is Fruit Bursts by Monster Baits and Dips. It's again goes really well with the Green Mamba, and it's just creates a little bit of more attraction and just a little bit of extra flavour on there. I've been playing about with hook baits. I've got some 8mm, some 6mm. I've also got a couple of ringers, chocolate orange 6mm and some 8mm Bandoms, which are both wafters. There's white chocolate and this one's chocolate orange. Now I've also got maggots with me and corn. The thing is with method fishing, every place you fish is going to be different. Every venue your fish might change halfway through. It's just about alternating your baits. If something dries up, then just switch to something else. Think about the water colour. If it's quite colour like it is today, a bright bait's going to probably be better. You're thinking of a corn, you're thinking of a visual bright colour for them to see it, and it's just about changing around the method until you get the right baits for you. Now don't worry about having, say, a band on if you've got corn and stuff like that, because I hook fish with a corn on as well, with the band on, and it just makes absolutely no difference. If you want to set one up without, then that's one of the reasons why we have the quick change bead, so it allows you to it allows you to do that so simply. Okay, so we've got a single corn on there, and we're just going to add a little bit of bait into the Dura Banjo. Sit your corn on top, a bit more bait on top, just give it a little light press, and get the monster baits dip. We just want a little bit on top like that, and then we get it out and cast it. Now, it's important to get in a little bit of a routine when you're casting. A lot of people I see, they have the line too far away, too close, sorry. So you want in about 2 foot of line really when you're casting anything, any type of rod, float or feeder, and pick your far bank marker, do all your clipping up if you watch on my other videos, it'll show you how to do, and then it's a case of just swinging the method behind, forward and back in a pendulum motion, hitting that clip, and it's straight on the island. Just sink that tip, get all the water underneath that excess line, and then just putting it on your rest. Don't want to move it from its position, and you're ready to fish. All that line sunk underneath the water, and now you're just waiting for that bite, that indication. And you need a little bit of sort of a curve on your rod. You don't want too much tension on your rod. Fish can detect that. So what you need is just a little bit, and you also need space for it to drop back. So sometimes fish pick up and come towards you, that would be a drop back bite, or sometimes it'll absolutely scream off the rest, and you know that's fairly obvious. What you don't want is little sort of up and down and little knocks. You miss those bites out. You don't need anything there. They're just line bites where the fish are homing in on the bait and they're tapping it with the tail or the fin or something like that, and they're no good to you, those bites. As a rule, when I fish method in summer, I usually give it about a minute and a half until I get the peg established, and usually then the bites come quite few, and you know, it's just sort of feeding that peg in. Like you see, that's only a 25 gram feed. It doesn't hold a lot of bait, and it doesn't take a lot of fish to get rid of that bait pretty rapidly. So what I'd say to you is you want to be quite consistent with your casting. So now I've had that in a minute, I'm going to bring that bait in, and I'm going to put another load out there. And once you get the peg built up, what you'll find is that you'll get a bite usually between it hitting and 30 seconds to a minute in, and any time after that, I do believe that, you know, sometimes can be a bit wasted when you're in summer. In winter, obviously, it's a different method, and you wouldn't be catching as many as you would do in summer. So again, just get yourself into a little rhythm, hit that clip, let it drop down, sink the tip of your rod. When the two arrows meet together, that's all your line sunk. Try to move it as little as possible. You just want that little tiny curve on your rod. So it's got totally hands-free. I mean, I could have sort of a handle or an attachment that I could put on, but I've got my keep net in today, as you're allowed in Cudmore's for pleasure sessions. So I've got it against the front of the keep net, and I've just got my bait bucket here, which I'm using anyway. I can use that. But it's important when you set your rod up to get that tip as low to the water as possible, and that just keeps you from missing indications, especially if it's windy. You miss a lot of indications if your rod's higher up in the water. We're into another fish now, and luckily he's coasting all the way to the left. So what we need to do is get that rod turned over. Feels like a small carp. Always have that rod nice and flat. Right, so now always when you get your fish in front of you, just then you can lift your rod. Always keep a bit of side strain on when they're running or they're going side on, but when they've been on a couple of minutes and they get in front of you, that's when you want to having your rod up. Oh, he's nearly, and he's in. Only a smaller fish this time, about £1.5. Get him up for you. It actually showed you how aggressive the bites can. I had to flick my clip off there, but you can see a lovely little stocky fish, really nice condition. Let's get him in the keep net with his friends. There we go. So, as you can see, it's a really deadly method, and it's one of those methods that can be used absolutely anywhere. And you know, Cudmore Fisheries, what a great venue. I've been many times, but never to fish, and it's been a great day today. And yeah, give this method a try. Come follow us on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram, Angling For You. We've got a great team of guys, lots of good members on there that are willing to help you with anything that you need. And thanks from me, Tightlands.